Welcome to How to Min-Max Skyrim. In order to begin, we're going to need 103 of your skills in Alchemy, Enchanting, and Blacksmithing. In Alchemy, you're also going to want the perks Alchemist at 5 out of 5 in order to make potions twice as strong, and the perk Benefactor, so that potions with a beneficial effect, such as improving your Enchanting, will have a 25% greater magnitude. You also want Smithing at 100, and that will only be to increase the amount that you upgrade from. And you also want a perk for whichever kind of smithing you want to do. The best weapon I can make right now is glass, and I have the perk so that improving weapons and armor of glass will improve them twice as much. If you want Daedric, you'll have to work up the heavy tree there and get Daedric. You also want Enchanting at 100, and you also want the perks Enchanter at 5 out of 5 in order to make your enchantment stronger, and also Insightful Enchanter in order to make skill enchantments on armor 25% stronger. What you also need is to get the enchantments Fortify Alchemy and Fortify Smithing from disenchanting magical gear that you found with these benefits. So once you have those unlocked, just simply head over to the Arcane Enchanter. And for Fortify Alchemy, you can enchant it to 4 different items. And this will be your ring, your necklace, your helmet, and gloves. So let's go ahead and enchant these 4 enchantments now. You'll want to use a Grand Soul in a Grand Soul Gem or any other kind of Soul Gem. Using any other kind of Soul won't have as great an enchantment as a Grand.
You might want to get dressed before leaving the house.
You'll also need, when you do use the Grand Soul Gem, it will get destroyed. So if you can find a way to either replenish these Soul Gems or find possibly a Soul Gem that doesn't get destroyed, it would be the easiest way to do this. So now that we have those 3 chosen, you can rename the item by pressing F on the PC version, or simply craft it. Now we'll go ahead and do the same for the helmet, the necklace, and the ring. Now that that's done, we'll head over to the alchemy table. There's 8 key ingredients that you're going to want, and these are going to help fortify your enchanting and also your smithing. To fortify enchanting, there's the ingredients, the blue butterfly wings, the hag-raven claws, the snowberries, and the spriggan sap. The easiest of these to get are the blue butterfly wings and the snowberries because they're just found in the wild. Meanwhile, hag-raven claws and spriggan saps are required from killing monsters. In order to fortify your smithing, you're going to want blisterwort, glowing mushrooms, saber cat teeth, and also, once again, spriggan sap. So while spriggan sap is the best ingredient to get for this, it's also harder in terms of you having to find spriggans. Meanwhile, blisterwort and glowing mushrooms can be harvested from caves and other areas. Now before jumping in, you're going to want to equip your new items that you've created. And now we have already, on top of the doubling from our perks as well as the 25% from the perk, we also have an extra 100% increased effectiveness of our potions that we create. So now you'll want to head down and create a Fortify Enchanting Potion. I'm going to be using the blue butterfly wing and the snowberries in mine. Adding a third does not increase its effects. Instead, you'll get a tertiary effect like I did with the spriggan sap, or it won't make any kind of difference. And changing what ingredient you use will not make a difference. Even though the blue butterfly wing is not as valuable as, say, the hag-raven claw, it does not affect the strength of the potion. So let's go ahead and we're going to craft 4 of these potions now. Alright, perfect. So now let's head back over to the enchanting table. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we did last time, enchanting our armor, but this time we're going to drink one of our potions of Fortify Enchanting before we do it. Now be warned, you only have the enchantment for 30 seconds, and this time does count while you're in the enchanting table, which is why we made 4. So let's go ahead and do the first one, and we'll enchant our first item. Alright, so our first item is done, and we're just going to compare the difference that we've made here. So I'm going to apparel. So here's the braces that we made before. This was at our plus 30%. increased enchanting, as long with our perks, and that was 25% more powerful potions. And here it is now 28%. So we're going to do this with the other 4 items, and we're going to get a total increase of 12% more powerful potion. Okay, so now we're going to re-equip our new items that we've named our Alchemy Bracers Helmet, Necklace, and I forgot to rename the ring, but that's alright. So now that we have 28% more powerful potions, we're going to head over to the Alchemy Lab.
You might want to get dressed before leaving the
I
house.
am dressed. I have my helmet on. So once again, we're going to make another potion of Fortify Enchanting, and you're going to notice that our Enchanting is now 32% stronger rather than 30. So we're going to make four more of these potions. And now we'll head back over to the enchanting table. Now this is the first cycle that I was talking about, where you can increase your enchanting to increase your alchemy, and repeat that in order to get stronger potions and stronger items. So let's drink our potion and we'll enchant the next 4 items again. Okay, so I just finished crafting the next 4 alchemy items, and now we're at 29% more powerful rather than 28. So we'll equip these. I believe I did not name my necklace, so we're going to equip the 29% more powerful. And also, if you ever do run out of soul gems, you either have to go out and farm them from strong creatures, like I said. You can also, perchance, usually buy them from vendors. There we go, 2 grand soul gems. So we will buy 2. So as I said, each soul gem is going to cost about 1,300 gold pieces, and that's the biggest money factor in doing this, after, of course, sinking either a lot of time or money into getting these skills already. So now we're going to head back to the alchemy lab, and wearing our new items, we're going to make another fortify enchanting potion, and now it'll still be 32% stronger. Now this is where the effect of diminishing return comes in. For the small percentile increase that we did in our alchemy, the total overall increase in potion strength would have only been about 0.14% stronger enchanting on top of the additional 32 that we already had. So it's at this point where, even though you are creating a more powerful potion per se, in Skyrim, it doesn't factor in anything less than probably 1%. So this is the strongest you can actually get your enchanting, which I did not know at the time I made the original post. Alright, and before we head over to blacksmith the armor and weapon we want, what we're going to do here is we're going to pop down some more potions of enchanting here. And we're going to enchant the gear we need in order to improve our blacksmithing now. Now the 4 items you want to enchant for blacksmithing are different from alchemy. They're going to be, instead, your armor, the bracers, and then your necklace and ring. So before we head on over to the blacksmith, what we're going to do is we're going to be enchanting all the gear that I've already created, that we're going to be upgrading there now, so we don't have to come back and do it later. You do need the perk in order to upgrade enchanted gear, but that's not a problem since we already have it. So, like all things before, we're going to drink our potion of enchanting. In order to get the big numbers on your weapons, you're going to be wanting to enchant certain items with the fortify one-handed damage, 200 damage, or archery. I like one-handed because I still also like to cast spells. Now if this worked, if one-handed worked with daggers, chances are I'd be using a dagger instead, but with daggers, while you do get the times 15 sneak damage, what you do not get is the additional damage from these enchantments, these one-handed enchantments, which is how you do get the big numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and enchant all our gear, and then we'll head over onto the forge. Alright, now that we have all that enchanting done both on the weapon and armor we want to use, and also on all the blacksmithing enchantments, we're going to make sure that is all equipped. Each one has a 29% increase in improving weapons and armor, and then overall that's going to be a 116% increase to improving the weapons and armor we want to use. And we're going to combine that with these potions of fortify smithing that we made with our alchemy set. And this is going to increase for another 130% improvement. So we're increasing not only the base stats from upgrading from the smithing with the double from the perk, but also an additional 246% better. So let's go ahead and do that, and we're just going to see exactly how much we can improve the glass sword that we made. So head on over to the grindstone for weapons, and we have a 22 damage glass sword, and that's going to become a 105 damage glass sword. That's why I put absorbing health and additional shock damage on that. So we essentially made that glass sword 5 times better. Let's go ahead and do this with the dragon scale armor as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to drink that potion. Head on over to the workbench for armor. And here's the dragon scale armor at 49 armor, and this is increased to 158. The boots from 15 to 69. The gauntlets from 15 to 69. And the helmet from 15 to 75. Once that's all done, just make sure that we had that increased smithing the entire time. There it is right there, so we still had 11 seconds in, so more than enough time. And so once we equip these new items that we've created to get the additional one-handed damage, as well as the necklaces that I've made. So I put one-handed damage and magic resist on both the ring and the necklace. We're going to see that we now deal 302 damage with our glass sword. Remember, this isn't even the best sword that you can craft. That's still a lot of damage. So now what we're going to do is improve this even more by drinking a potion of fortify one-hit damage. You should be able to get this up to 130. This was an older potions that I've created. I'm just going to take a look at our potion now, or our weapon, and that's 685 damage, as well as the additional 23 points of health and 36 points of shock. So that is how you plan on one-shotting most things, especially with a 6 times damage modifier if you are sneaking. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's everything.